What is going on, everybody? We are down here today at the river location. Gonna do a little overnight camping trip in the Ram. It is supposed to be like 24 degrees tonight, I think. The low is like 24. So definitely the coldest camping trip of the year so far. And I believe probably the coldest camping trip that I've ever done in the Ram, pretty sure. And it's also windy. So should be a good test tonight to see. Actually, I think there's like a wind advisory, so I had to check all the trees and everything to make sure that there's no widowmakers out here. By that I mean like dead trees that can fall on you in the middle of the night and make your wife a widow. I checked around, there's like one big dead tree right there, but it's leaning pretty heavily away from my truck, and if it does fall, it looks like there's a couple healthy trees in the way that will block it from hitting me, and it's probably gonna fall from the top first. So that stuff definitely won't make it over here, but you know, fingers crossed on that nothing will end up coming down at all. Very windy out. Probably won't do campfire tonight. I had like a big stack of logs here that I had, but it looks like somebody else came down here, and I don't know really what they were doing, but looks like they moved all the logs back over here. I mean, there's like a straight up stream running down this road now, and this road's been here for a long time, and I don't think they've ever really had issues with it like this before. So not really sure what the culprit is behind that, but the road's pretty fucked up. And at the very beginning of the little trail to come down here, there's like a huge ass pothole that doesn't feel good if you don't know it's there. I kind of luckily can like navigate around it, but then the road is like on a major slant. So I think like, I don't know, my truck's got pretty decent ground clearance, but definitely sometimes when I come down here, it scrapes on something. Not really sure what. It's probably, I don't know. Let's take a little look-see. I think the lowest part on my truck is these little bars here, but there might be something up under there that's scraping on it. I don't really know, but the road keeps getting worse and worse. So don't know how much longer I'll be coming down here. I don't really mind it too bad because my truck has been paid off for 4 years, and it's kind of at this point like I want to just use it for doing stuff I like to do, so I don't really care. But probably in the next few years anyway. Holy shit, what was that? Somebody just screamed off in the distance. I think it was a Yeti or a Wendigo or something probably. Yeah, but probably like in the next few years, a new truck, don't listen, cover your ears, little Ram. New truck's probably in the cards in the next couple years. So yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna feel about bringing a brand new truck down here, especially you guys know what new vehicles cost nowadays. If I'm looking at even getting in something that's like similar to this again, the Ram, which I've really enjoyed this truck a lot, I would definitely buy another one if I knew that it was gonna be like as reliable as this one. I really like the Ram Rebels because they're a little more built for off-road. This is just a Bighorn, kind of like, I guess it's not like a base model, but I think it's like the base model for the V8, maybe. I'm not sure. The Tradesman's probably coming to V8 too, for like pulling trailers and stuff. But anyway, it's definitely not like at the top range of things, but I like the Rebel, which is, I think, aside from the TRX, I believe that's their like, so it'd be like their second highest like off-road type model. I really like those, but new, they're like $70-some thousand. So I don't even know, I don't even know if I would buy one that was that expensive. But if I did, probably wouldn't have it coming down here. Like you can see like these scrape marks and all that kind of stuff that I get from coming down places like this. So yeah, I don't know that I'd be bringing a $75,000 truck down somewhere like this. So hopefully this one lasts me for a number more of years, and you know, we can get that income up and get some of that debt paid off and all that kind of stuff, and then maybe I wouldn't mind so much, you know, hacking up a $70-some thousand truck. But we'll see what happens. But all right, so we actually were just down here the other day, and I made a little, that's not gonna be long enough, is it? Oh, you know what? Maybe it won't have to be. Let's see. So, just gonna slide this up a little higher. It's not gonna be long enough. Oh man, look at that. Just barely long enough. Okay. Oh, nice. Whatever, I just pulled that out of a trash can, and whatever liquid was on that just dripped on my head, so that's pretty cool. There we go. Simple as that. Now we got light for nighttime. Can't really see it too much now, but nighttime that should be pretty good. And another thing that is always great to keep in your truck is hand sanitizer. I have like one of the big bottles at home, and I just keep refilling this because I just wiped whatever that crap was that dripped on my head off with my hands, and now let me wipe it on my freaking forehead a little bit too. Ugh, who knows what that was. Hopefully just rainwater. I'm gonna take you guys through just this first box of like essentials that we have going on. The second, third, and fourth box would be just food stuff and cooking stuff, like emergency supplies, like recovery gear, medical supplies, basically just, you know, stuff that I would use in emergency situations. Hope I never have to. And then the last box is just basically where I keep some like extra blankets, and then my the little buddy heater and all that. So let me bring this bad boy out and just show you kind of like, I've been really wanting to get one piece of this out of here. Whoa! And that would be my speaker. I need some music out this mamma jamma. But yeah, I got toilet paper over here, got some extra like bungee cables, a fan. Actually, I'm gonna take that out because I might use that if I use the heater later. This is all like fire starting stuff, a little blowtorch attachment for my little propane tanks wherever they are, a light, keep that out too. This is all like sharps, so blades, multi-tool, shovel, as you see. Got my silky saw and my axe for wood stuffs. Won't be using that tonight, it's too windy. Not gonna start a fire and all that. This thing comes in really handy. It's just a little daisy chain that you can like string up between the trees or in a canopy or whatever, and you can just hang stuff from, so that's nice. Paper towels, which I already have some in the back, so I'm not gonna use that right now. Trash bags. Actually, could probably use a trash bag. So in here I just got like trash bags, Ziploc bags, stuff like that. Take that out. For summertime camping, I got like my mosquito repellent thing. These things work amazing, by the way. These little thermocells. I've never really found anything that works great for mosquitoes, like even like off with like the extra DEET and stuff like that. I feel like they still traumatize me. This thing works very well. So, yeah, some extra paracord. I got tent stakes for if I bring my canopy or if I like want to set a tent up or something. I got these little canopy lights here, canopy brights. And that's like basically duct tape, you know, just little things. I got some tissues, got fire starter logs under there. But just basically stuff that I would use like pretty frequently on a camping trip. Right up front, so it's not hard to take it out. And then just lock it up and see, I need to find a new carpet solution too, because this thing is a pain in my butt sometimes. Oh yeah. Well, okay, there it is. Okay, there we go. Push that back in there. Get my little bungee cord. So you can kind of see how this is a bit of a pain to have to do, even with that one, which is the easiest one to access. So yeah, hopefully you can find like a more permanent solution for this. I think this is something that I seem to like to do. I have a problem in life in general, and it's that I get like really onto something. I think it's my ADHD, if you can't tell. I get like really into things, and then I get like out of them quickly. Like I go like all in on them, and then I like get bored of them quickly. So, but I've done this now enough times, I think, to realize, I guess, it's something that I want to keep on doing. So I think that a more permanent truck camping solution is at hand. But if you're looking to like get into this kind of stuff and you're looking for something easy and cheap, I think these black boxes are like $17 a piece, or maybe 20 bucks a piece or something like that. So, you know, you've got like 80 bucks worth of boxes here, and you can pretty much store like whatever you want in there, and you can fit a full-size bed right on top, and it's actually really comfortable. I think I've told you guys before, but this is a 3-inch memory foam trifold mattress. I got it off Amazon. I think it was like maybe 100 bucks, something like that. I have 2 of them, so this is a full size, and then I have a oh no, I'm sorry, this is a twin, and I have a full size as well. But I like having this little aisleway right here to walk in, so I don't keep that one in there. Plus, then I can't, if I have the full size one in here, I can't run my little heater. If I did, it would have to sit right up on top of my bed, which I don't know. I feel like it's already kind of suspect to run this thing anyway. But to have it sitting on top of your bed where it could very easily fall over, even though it has a shut-off switch, tip-over switch, I don't trust that to work 100% of the time. Plus, then it's sitting on cotton. Yeah, so if I have my full size in here, that's going to be a body heat only scenario, which is good, because I feel like typically if I have my full size in here, that means I'm going to have more than just me in here. So body heat will be abundant, hopefully, or at least more. So I think for my permanent solution, what I want to do is build like a little board that goes all the way across, but I want to have it like a hinge on it so it can flip up, go under the bed, so that I can still have it with this little aisleway. And then if I want to have, you know, more people or dogs or anything like that, I can just fold it back over, and then it goes all the way across. I can slide my full-size mattress in here, and then we're off to the races, baby. Some special guests come down to join me.
Yeah.
It's my daughter Raina, my youngest daughter. This is my beautiful wife Heather.
Hi.
So I'm like walking around my truck here, and I see some lady with a shopping cart walking down the path, and I'm like, oh, that's my wife with my daughter in a stroller. I was like, who's crazy enough to come down here in 20-degree weather and windy?
You.
And it's my own tribe. Say hi, Raina. Say hi. All right, well, that was a nice little treat, getting to see my wife and kid come down here for a little bit. It is getting quite cold out here now. I had to put a egg glove on. This one's still bare. Kind of hard to operate this thing with gloves on. But yeah, the sun is probably about to, well, I don't know if it's about to set soon, but it's about to go behind them trees back there soon. So it's probably gonna start cooling off even more. And I forgot, I always forget something. That's a staple. That's a staple right there, is I'm always gonna forget something. No matter how prepared I try to be, there's always something that's not gonna make it. So today, that was snacks. One thing that I want to get in my truck, put in my truck and leave in there for any time type purposes, is almonds, like salted almonds. I feel like they're one of the best snacks that you can get. Not only are they delicious, like I forget the name of the brand that I get, but they make like a flavor called Smokehouse, and it's super good, really salty, but it's got like a smoky flavor to it, obviously. And almonds are a really good food to carry with you, because they're one of the few foods that I can think of, snacks especially, that contain proteins, fats, and carbohydrates all in one food. All right, so we are about to go ahead and cook this dinner up. Oh, good, okay. I don't think I forgot a can opener. I hope I have a can opener. If not, it's gonna be just eggs tonight. But yeah, there's that. Let's get out. Actually, you know what? I'll be right back, because I'm gonna go make sure I have a can opener real quick. See, this here is the benefit of keeping all your stuff in your truck at all times, especially when you're a forgetful person, because I definitely would have forgot these, but I have them. By the way, these Enduro batteries for the GoPro have evidently solved my dying at 80% battery issue. So I guess maybe my batteries were just bad. I've had them for a couple years now, and I know that they do go bad after a little while. they had some like little like dents in them, and I've heard that that's a sign that they've gone bad and they're not going to perform well. So hopefully these new Enduro batteries have solved my battery issues with the GoPro. We're gonna go ahead and start cooking now. Hopefully I can just cook out here. The wind has died down a bit, and hopefully I can just cook out here and not have to cook in there, because when I did the little video for Sydney the other day, I don't think I got stuff everywhere, but there was definitely like some popping and sizzling going on, and I don't really want like food particles and butter and olive oil and stuff like all over my truck, because that's where I sleep at, and yuck. So yeah, hopefully we can just stay out here and get like adequate heat on this here pan right here. Where is my burner? Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. It's in this little front pocket, along with my seasonings. I feel like my sparker, oh, there we go, cool. I feel like my sparker on this thing is not that great. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but hopefully that's not too much weight for this thing. I don't really know what it's like rated for, but we gonna find out. Woo! Off to the races. God, I hope this is okay to eat raw. Because I just did. It's actually good. I would eat it just like that if I absolutely had to. Turn the heat up a hair. I feel like we're getting a little more wind now, of course, that I'm trying to cook something. All right. And I'm just gonna set these here for a moment. Please don't spill. Definitely want some pepper. I feel like this stuff's pretty salty on its own, so probably won't put quite as much salt on it. Probably more the eggs than anything. But, and this may end up getting all just mixed together. I don't know. Be cool to try to keep it pretty, but I don't know. Yeah, I just realized I have no way to like spatula these eggs either. I have a spatula in my food cooking little bin there, but we ain't doing all that. Yeah, I think it's hotter on the one side anyway, so we're just gonna mix this all together. Just gonna have that double-double. Get a couple bites in, let y'all know what I think. Sunset's pretty. I'm assuming y'all can see it right now. So this is really good. I do wish I had the eggs and the corned beef separate, but I didn't feel like digging for my spatula, so that was a no-go. But tastes really good. The saltiness is like right on point for me. I tend to like my foods pretty salty anyway. But this is good. I'm glad I added that extra little bit of salt in there. This, the corned beef I feel like is pretty damn salty by itself, even without any seasoning. But I think this is like the perfect salinity level for me, personally. And then the pepper, bone apple teeth, baby. She good. She gone. By the way, I got the light on now. So as I pack everything up from dinner, just a little disclaimer. Most of the food that you guys see me cook on this channel is probably gonna be stuff that like is easy to clean up, and stuff that you can kind of just like throw in your truck. For the most part, leave it in there, or at least like stuff that you don't have to worry about keeping refrigerated for more than, or like stuff that you wouldn't have to refrigerate, stuff that could be unrefrigerated for a couple of days and be fine. Like the corned beef, like the eggs, you know, I just had it in like a little lunch bag with some cold packs in there. A lot of the people that do this truck camping and all that kind of stuff, they go really like all out and make some like gourmet shit, like my man Mav. He some of the stuff that he cooks could be, you know, like in a fancy restaurant or something like that. You know, I might do that from time to time, but I don't think I really want that to be my thing. I feel like people like him really enjoy like the art of cooking and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's more out of necessity that like, hey, I have to eat, you know, every however many hours. especially if it's like a multi-day thing. Like really tonight, I could afford to skip a couple meals. But you know, my stuff is more like out of like practicality, ease of cleanup, and just like eating out of necessity more so than really like indulging and eating like some really fine cuisine out on the road. So just to let you guys know, if you're looking for like Michelin star type stuff out of the back of a truck, probably not going to be this channel. Another essential, I think, for this type of stuff is, for the wintertime, hand warmers. So I put 2 pairs of socks on at this point. One pair is a pair of wool socks. The other one's just long socks, like I said earlier. But my left foot especially is like frozen. Even with the second pair of socks on, it didn't do like nothing. It only got worse. So we're gonna put one of these little hand warmers in here. These things are great because they warm up pretty darn fast. They get very hot and they're cheap. I think a whole bag of them is like $6 or something like that. So, and they might save your toe or fingers. So we're gonna go ahead and throw one of these in the boot and see if that solves the issue. These little hand warmers are doing their job. I can actually feel my left foot again. It's still heating up, I think, but yeah, these little hand warmers, man, you can't beat them. For a pack of, I don't know how many come in a pack, but it's like a big ass package you can get for Walmart. I think it's like $6 or something like that. So definitely, if you're gonna be getting into this kind of stuff in any kind of cold weather at all, I think that the hand warmers are like really nice to have. Honestly, even if you're not into this kind of stuff, like I keep a couple packs of them in my wife's SUV, just for like random reasons. Like what happens if you break down on the side of the road and it's cold outside and you know your car dies or something like that and you got no heat? I mean, like I said, it could end up saving you. And they're cheap enough to where you can just throw some in there and not really have to worry too much about it. I know we used them recently, I guess like in the fall. We went to a couple like little like fall things, like a pumpkin patch and stuff like that. And I just put them in the girls' coat pockets. And then when their hands got cold, they could just put their hands right in their coat pockets and, you know, went about their day and weren't crying and complaining about having cold hands and stuff like that. So yeah, cheap and really, really effective. Just to give you guys an idea, it is pretty much completely dark out now. You can see there's like a little bit of remaining light in the sky from the sun, but it's back behind the horizon. So this is like what the campsite would look like at night with no fire. So there's my one little rechargeable light that's just kind of hanging between the trees, and then the light inside my truck. We're probably going to go ahead and kick on this heater here soon, get everything warmed up, pull that sleeping bag out, and then see what the Blue Eddy's doing as far as like what kind of load it's under and all that kind of thing. But my in-truck setup is pretty simple. Like I said, I've got all my water heater Blue Eddy over there. I've got this little fan. I typically take this 5-gallon water jug out and set the heater right there just so it's not so close to all that flammable goodness over there. I'll leave that light over there. And yeah, it's just my 4 boxes and then my mattress. I've got 2 blankets and then I've got my Big Agnes Diamond Park 0 degree sleeping bag and then a pillow up there. I need to go ahead and you see that just sheet of Reflectix that's laying back there. I'm gonna put that on this back window here so that I have a little bit more reflectivity of the heat. And I like that there because I do have a small leak in my cap. Don't know really where it's coming from right now, but I have yet to put a sealer around the cap. So I gotta lift up my truck, put the seal down, and hopefully that'll help a little bit. But the leak is coming from somewhere behind where that Reflectix is. So I leave that there when I'm not using it. So it, you know, the water is still getting into the cap, but at least it's not going on my bed and causing like mold or mildew issues or anything like that. So found out maybe what the issue was with while my feet were getting cold. Feels like the bottoms of these socks might be just a hair damp. So maybe those boots are not as waterproof as I thought they were, or maybe not as waterproof as they once were. But that's not good. You don't want shoes that allow water in. So I went ahead and took the socks off since they were a little damp. Bare feet now, which I'm kind of glad I did because I can feel like a little draft on my feet right now, which Like I said before, I know this truck bed cap, whatever, isn't sealed up 100%. There's definitely a lot of air coming in from somewhere. I believe it's these little, there's like these little hooks back there. And if you look through them, you can definitely see like the outside. So we'll look into that more, see like the pros and cons to, if there are any cons to just like sealing that off from the outside. I'm assuming that it acts as like a water drain, which you probably don't want your water to not drain that gets in here. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up sealing that off or not, but I can definitely feel some cold air on my feet right now. All right, so we're about to turn the heat on here for a little bit just to get everything warmed up. Like I said, you guys know I don't really leave it running overnight, but it's 37 degrees in here right now, so we'll see what it gets up to. All right, so we got the Reflectix on, got the window locked. We're gonna go ahead and throw the extra little lock on there, that way nobody can break in from the outside. Got the heater running, little fan on, Reflectix all the way around. And in just a couple minutes, we'll let this thing heat up and see what the temperature gets. Oh, let me not kill myself. Open that a little to give us some fresh air coming in so we don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. All right, so it's already getting a little warmer in here. I had to take my jacket off. I'm looking at my little temperature thingy right now. It says it's 48. It was just 37 probably like 5 minutes ago. So the heater is definitely doing its job. I am not in anything right now. I'm in my normal clothes, minus the jacket that I've been wearing in all the rest of the videos. About to unfold this big bad boy sleeping bag and hop in there and let that get warmed up. All right, so power situation. Currently we've got one of our lights on and charging. We've got the speaker, I don't know what's going on. It just was charging a second ago. Maybe that's like blinks on and off, I don't know. And then my cell phone, and the Blue Eddy is pulling 15 watts. It's at 99%. Says that we can keep going with this same draw for 68.5 hours. First time so far that I've seen a reduction in the temperature. It was 76, that's the highest I saw it go to. It looks like it's fallen by a degree. So, you know, probably because it's getting a little colder out now. It'll probably, well, the inside temperature is definitely about to fall because I am about to pee real quick and then I'm gonna cut this heater off. And it is 54 degrees in here. I've had the heater off now for, I don't know, a little while, maybe 20 minutes or so. So temperature's dropped quite a bit. From its peak, it was 76. It's 54 now. I'd say probably been about 20 minutes. It has started to slow down in the drop though. But you know, I would imagine it's probably going to be pretty close to whatever the outside temperature is, which I believe is supposed to be in the mid 20s tonight. I think like 25. It's supposed to get down to 25, I believe, when I just checked it. So it's probably going to be pretty close to that in here, which is going to be fun to wake up to. But the heater is still there. Everything's still hooked up on it. So if I wake up and I'm super cold, I can just turn that on real quick, let it heat up. And that's like regardless if I actually wake up in the middle of the night and need more heat or not. That's what I'll do in the morning. Whenever I wake up, I'll roll over, I'll turn that heater on, let it get warm in here for, you know, 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'll put all my clothes back on and then hop on outside and head home. I am wearing just, I've got my, I was about to say leggings. I've got my long johns on under here and then this shirt on, and that's all I have on. No socks, nothing else. And then I'm in my big Agnes sleeping bag. So hopefully that keeps me pretty warm tonight, but we shall see. It's going to get very cold outside, and this thing is not sealed up tight by any means, so it's probably going to get pretty cold in here as well. So let's see. But I'm actually going to take that little thermometer thing, I'm going to put it in my sleeping bag and see. That way I'll kind of know what the outside temperature is, and then
how warm I am inside of my sleeping bag. So yeah, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll take that reading, and if not, you'll get it in the morning. So, night, everybody. Shoo. I think I dozed off there for a second. Let's check this internal temperature of the sleeping bag, if I can find it. There we go. All right, let's see. What the? Holy. 94 degrees? That's crazy. There's no way. Is that right? I ain't holding this thing upside down. Yeah, 94 degrees in there, it says. Yeah, I guess, you know, this sleeping bag, I got it on sale. It was like over $100 off, but it's like a $450 sleeping bag. So, I guess that's why. She warm as fuck. That's crazy. I can't believe 94 degrees. I was thinking like 80, but it is pretty toasty in here. I guess it's technically a mummy bag, but it's like a wide mummy bag. I don't really like mummy bags most of the time because I feel claustrophobic in them, because they're like, you're like a mummy, you're like wrapped in them real tight. But this one, you know, it goes like all the way up to your shoulders, and you can throw this little hood over. Let's see if I can demonstrate. If I can find it. Ooh. Yeah, so, I mean, I can pretty much like be in here like so, and be, where's the light? There we go. Yeah, I can pretty much be like cocooned up in here, and you know, there's not a whole lot of air that's getting out of this thing, but that's crazy. 94 degrees. I don't even have to sleep like that. I'll just keep my like whole upper body and obviously lower body in here. And if it's 94 degrees in there, and I just checked the temperature, I forgot already. What did it say? I think it was like 31 or something like that. Where's my phone? Yeah, 31 degrees. So still about 6 degrees to go. Oh, it just dropped down to 30. So 30 degrees outside. No idea what the temperature is in here. But inside my mummy bag, it is evidently 94 degrees. So it's dropped to 87 already just from taking it out of my bag for a couple minutes. So yeah, I am going to leave that in there actually all night and see what the reading on that thing is like in the morning. Hopefully I can make a video. Might have to switch to my cell phone to take a video because the battery on this bad boy is almost dead. So anyway, I'm going to sleep, and I will catch y'all in the AM. All right, so it's 90 degrees in the sleeping bag. Just woke up, it's 5:05 a.m. It's 29 degrees outside, 90 in the sleeping bag. Very comfortable in there so far tonight. My arms obviously are out of the sleeping bag right now, and they're pretty daggone cold. So it's cold in the truck cap, no heat running. I'm gonna set this up on top and see what the temperature is inside the cap when I get up again in the morning, hopefully in an hour or so. Good morning, everybody. It is like 7:30, and it is 36 degrees in here. The temperature is, but it's pretty darn cold once I got out of my sleeping bag. I got to be home in like 15 minutes, which sucks because I was hoping to throw this heater on and get everything in here warmed up, mainly my clothes, so they weren't like icicles putting them on. But yeah, I'm just gonna suck it up, throw these clothes on, go back to the house, and my wife is taking our one daughter to daycare today, and then we're staying home with our other daughter, and then we're gonna take her to the movies for the first time today. So should be a fun day. I think, you know, although it is very cold in here, I was super warm all night in the sleeping bag. Very impressed with this thing. And you know, if I wanted to leave the heat running all night, it would have been just fine in here, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm happy with the results, comfort levels and everything like that of doing a overnight trip on a day where it was so cold. So yeah, I think still, you know, figuring out everything, with this setup and still some things I want to do. But overall, pretty happy with it. I feel like if I can take it out and, you know, it's 20 some degree weather and stay the night in it with no heat, it's a pretty capable winter rig. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this kind of stuff, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.